Have you ever played that
I like
kind of
the
poker?
7 deuce.
No. But Persson just 3-bet to
Yeah, but
12,000 with a
I don't
7
like
deuce.
this game, but 7 deuce is good for the game. But the stand-up is kind of like it's.
All right, if you
annoying
guys
when
haven't
other
watched
people
this
can
Persson guy,
influence
I could
whatever,
play in that game. I'm a
you
stand-up.
gotta,
Yeah,
you gotta
it's
see
true.
him. Check it out.
I'm not. This is. We are the man of the people.
He's such a breath of
That's the
fresh air
pro
for
side.
poker. Someone
Did
actually
they say they played
talking,
in 7 deuce prop?
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5.
I don't think so.
I didn't hear it.
which I'd rather have people talk and play smaller
It's,
stakes than high stakes. and
300
just
for
stare matches.
everyone and 500 for the last person who folds. No.
And he's good.
Stanley's got a pair of queens. And Eric's going to pretend they're playing the 7
You got
deuce
Garrett, probably
prop.
the best player
That's
in the world.
22
right now.
There's a
5.
flip game that I taught him for an hour last night, and he
Let's see if this
ran
bluff
so
works.
pure. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Garrett
It's a highly
suspects,
suspicious bet.
but releases.
I like that. That was fun.
Dude, it's supposed to be a split
I
pot.
think if that
thing,
other
so
guy
you
wasn't in the hand, you'd probably
scoop
call him.
everything both. It's a split pot thing, and he.
I won't be
scoops on the
intimidated,
flips every
Stanley.
time.
That's tough. Yeah.
Calls the 22-5.
I'm
Wow.
bored. Huh?
No, it's not even that.
Not
Two
even-
different hands. Yeah.
Two different hands.
Okay.
It's pretty super.
So what you do is you get 6 cards. It's called Sohi, simultaneous Omaha and Hold'em. You get 6 cards. You split them pre-flop into a 2-card Hold'em hand and a 4-card Omaha hand. You keep them separate, and then you run one board. And
Only way you
Hold'em
can
hand
win is
plays
the
your
bluff.
Other people's Hold'em hand,
Yeah.
and the Omaha hand plays other person's Omaha hand. He won both hands almost every time.
I never even heard of that
Doing
game.
those things
Sounds crazy.
optimally.
He's saying he has an 8, a jack,
All skill.
or absolutely nothing.
Well, it's easy when you get aces, kings, queens.
I think Eric is hesitating because from the way Stanley's played this hand, he could have a jack.
Persson bet 63,000.
And Kane can only beat a bluff.
That's a really tough call.
I never played with you before.
I never played with you before. In these spots, you should err in doing the opposite of what you think is right.
Oh yeah, I'm not. I don't usually fold.
You should
You
definitely.
can ask Chris and Garrett. I don't.
I don't blame you, because I'll tell you something. What I've learned in life is people who don't fold, like all day long, Patrick's folding the river yesterday. It was embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. Right, Patrick? How many times did you have
I
like?
got bluffed so much yesterday, left and right, and they always saw the 7 deuce.
He would have made like 400,000 if he would have just called.
Don't tell me the 7 deuce.
We're gonna
is not
get this out of the
good for
table. Don't
game.
worry. Me and you, we're gonna. go
Eric
these
wants to
guys.
talk over the 7 deuce conversation. He doesn't want that sinking in.
I was trapping on the flop. Oh, this is.
Tough call for Stanley. Loses to any jack, any 8, even a better queen.
I don't think he's betting a queen that big.
Why would you check an ace queen flop, dude?
I don't know. I'm not a pro. I don't know what the.
So I'm not
what
getting
the-
raised here.
I mean, you're good, man. Like, you just play high stakes.
What is it? 60.
Just 63.
Classic
We're all
hoodie
rich. It's
of a
okay.
grinder.
Eric is really a talker.
I love it.
But any grinder will tell you make money off bad
And it was
players, not good
effective. It
players.
worked.
Kill the bluff.
Sounded like a bluff.
The 7 deuce. It's good for the game. How much we owe you?
It should be 5,000. It should be.
And for him 10. Because he folded.
That's right.
I'm sure he's really laughing.
Did you have superstitions?
Yes.
That
Such
guy's
as?
King's having a good old time.
Well, if a black cat stepped on a crack and then walked under a ladder, I would not play the next hand.
I could see that.
that Menden guy, he's a wild card.
I'm 100
He's not really good at poker, but he has a lot of money. And he just gambles it
Are you
up.
playing that or more?
I'm playing 250.
Okay, that's what I got.
Five
150
back,
behind.
yeah.
Kill me 2 5s real quick.
150 behind, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought someone had said. Okay.
You got it. Right?
5-way
I don't
action to the
remember
flop.
the hand that
You're
good,
another
but
100 behind,
I
you
might.
said
I'm pretty
50.
sure I
I
seen
have
it.
100 behind. Yeah, I just went.
But I don't remember. I think
Oh, I
that
got it.
let's just watch the hand.
10 for Menon.
And trip fives for Eric Persson.
All right. Tom bet 6,000.
Maybe I didn't see. I thought that Menden guy did like something crazy. Okay, I don't remember the sound.
And Menon quickly throws away his 10. That was amazing.
Right, 16,000.
Were you just messing around, Tom?
Yeah, Tom was messing around, but Chris Menon just got out of the hand and saved himself a lot of money. And Tom is still messing around,
Guess not.
not believing Eric.
There's a queen.
Terrible card for Tom.
I was.
And an interesting
Just got
check
like-
by
Yeah,
Eric.
quick check. now
And
he's
a
gonna
full
fire
house for
big.
Persson.
I love doing that.
Now,
shit.
Tom got to feel he's got the best hand.
Dwan
He
underestimating
bets
this guy.
31,000.
Oh. It's 36. I was gonna fold.
I wouldn't have said that.
Wow,
though.
Eric's really got his talking shoes on.
You're feeling pretty lucky. I'm gonna give this to you to look at, and you blink twice. If you
I would have
think-
just been. Let's see if he got balls
I
or
should
not. or
continue
something.
on.
Put $100,000 in it.
I'm not going to blink.
You're not? That's bad.
Now, Chris is like a statue. He does not want to move at all. He looked at that full house and he is frozen.
There are no cranberries?
Remember, cranberries are $25,000 chips.
Does that make you nervous that I asked? I'm all in. I could have deuce 7. He didn't snap call, Patrick. It's a good sign.
It is a good sign.
I'm feeling awfully confident. Loose.
Dwan's loving it. Just snap call.
It's a victory drink. It's in the book it tells.
Queen. He's like, snap call. Queen.
I guess you weren't just taking a stab at it on the river. I may have misjudged the situation. Or maybe.
I don't think we've had anybody talk this much
No way.
Show him the
on
seven.
high stakes poker,
Flip the
especially an
seven up.
amateur
Right. To Dwan.
talking to a pro.
If you turn it over, I'll help you.
You didn't help the last guy.
It wasn't in time. He gave, to be fair, but I got the cards. You're talking about his fours? I got it post flop. I couldn't influence the outcome.
What do you mean?
Oh, you mean? Oh, you're talking about the other hand.
No, when he folded and you had the 7 deuce.
Oh yeah, I know. I had 7 deuce. That was fantastic. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I got courage, Tom. But in this spot, I probably have a monster. Why would I be bluffing here?
That's the question. This spot, do you have courage or do you have a monster?
I always
You
have
got
courage.
one of the two.
First of all, I always have courage, and sometimes I got a monster.
You don't need the courage when you have a monster.
I mean,
You check behind the turn.
don't go through my suspiciousness.
river.
It's actually evil genius right here.
That's true. It's just, is it evil genius with courage or evil genius with a hand? That's
I don't
the
even.
question.
I don't even know at this point. I don't even know what you have. Is
I
my problem.
I think you know. I don't think that's true. I think you know.
No. I feel like you maybe spiked a queen on the turn.
Yeah, I mean, that seems a pretty reasonable guess.
My reading skills were never that good. That's why I just bought casinos. I just have to look at numbers. You don't want to be stuck this early.
I'm already stuck.
I mean, more. This is blood.
I would guess that this kind of
don't want
talk
that. You
has
want the
worked out
smoke,
well
man.
for Eric over the years.
Now it seems
I'm
like
gonna be
it's
quiet
working
now.
pretty
I
good.
feel like you're gonna out-talk me. You started out, you weren't even gonna talk to me at all. Now you broke
No, I
down.
don't mind. I don't care. When I'm the one facing the bet, I'm happy to talk all anyone wants.
Oh, so you only bet half the time.
What?
So if you're making the bet, you don't talk. But if you're facing the bet, you're happy to talk.
Yeah, of course.
See, I just learned something right here. I just can talk. Talk and talk and talk and pray. How many guys pray? Like sometimes you're like, if you start out, you feel really good, and then you're like, please, Will, just let him fold this time. Like one time, kind of please, just, you know what I mean? Like, I do that like, I don't know, 9 times a night. There it is. Oh man, I'd love to show
Patrick,
you a bluff.
My superstition
How
thing
much?
is done.
You give me that too. You give me that, I'll give it to you. I'll show you.
Oh.
5-7.
Was that full house?
Yeah.
This could be developing into an interesting game.
This is a serious bet. See that?
I'd see
This
another
time he's got a real
Persson
hand.
King, queen of clubs
Here we
here. Versus 5s. Raise the 3 call.
Haven't had a hand with you yet.
Ivy hasn't done much
I'm like-
lately.
No, I'm not gonna say because it's me. Oh, here, go ahead.
I think he's just kind of burned out.
This
from it all.
is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Eric has the king high
Hey,
flush,
he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day.
Yeah, it's
and
it's
Bryn
crazy.
flops the
What's
set.
that?
We only got the good hands here, Guru. We're not gonna
Come
waste
on,
your
man.
time with all the
You
other
really
ones.
think like let's pretend you flopped the flush here. I'm out of position. You're just gonna raise me in this spot.
Why not?
I'll tell you why not. Because if you really have a flush, I'm probably gonna bet the turn.
But then the pot's so small.
You're right.
He 3-bets to 29,000.
See?
You got the flush on.
Of course. Yeah, I have the flush. It's a monster.
All right.
Bryn just calls. He wants to see if a club's going to come off on the turn.
At least we have a pot, right?
Exactly.
No pair on the turn. No club either.
62.
62,000.
No problem for Persson.
Good
62,000.
for all the money.
That's good. Having a good time.
Me too.
I would guess that Bryn's going to go all in.
I'm like a superstar. The world just don't know.
Maybe it does.
Bryn just called.
Oh man.
He needs the board to pair.
How are you gonna fold the river now? You're so committed. I'm all in. You think I wasn't gonna fire the 3rd bullet? Of course I was.
Bryn has got a call.
Yeah, it's tough.
If Eric has a flush, he has him.
You just torched 80. Should have just folded the flop. Look
Couldn't
how
have
money
folded the
on
flop.
fire.
He could have aces, kings, and made a set too, though.
Pat, you gotta tell him, you can't make that call on the flop if you're not prepared to go through the river.
I mean, what do you really?
You just
beat?
let it go. You fight another day.
You beat.
Not Bryn.
You
He's like,
beat
I'm
here.
gonna out muscle him.
I mean, I could see the cards. I get it. I don't know if I would really put him on aces, kings, and then be like, oh, he could have a set of kings or aces at the end. I mean,
It's very rare that people bluff with nothing. You
I
know
mean, he
what
went
I'm
3
saying?
streets.
On the river for this mount. It's like a very polarizing thing. I've made that observation.
It's very
He beat a set
possible
of 4s.
for Eric to have king 10 or ace 10 with the ace or king
Let's
of
do
clubs,
this move.
and he would have
Feeling
played
good
this
about
hand the
spot.
same way. He would
He's
bet on the
folding.
river thinking
He just
he's
put in
got the
so
best
calling.
much. You almost just got to look it up, though. I get
You
it.
just torched 100 actually, if you think about it. Pre-flop all the way through. But you know
But
what?
what
That's
does
a
he
smart
really
man. When he knows he's beat, he lets it go.
Would you buy a used car from Eric?
I think this guy's too much money.
Not at all.
Good thing we don't have the
Or
clock
he's
right
just
here.
gonna call.
The pro would have had to use it. Yeah, it's no good. Wasn't good then. It's not good now.
No?
No.
Call.
Yeah.
Flush?
Yep.
Nice hand.
I don't think Phil felt
That's blood.
Eric had a flush here.
Dwan, Ivy, and Kenny all go down.
You have to do it pre-flop.
You have to do a pre-flop, as I was telling you.
Wow, that's
Because we have to.
Good hand.